Yeah, old school. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all need to hear this. I know you're in the trenches fighting, but check it out. I'm gonna put it down like this so I can help the saints understand. Everything you're going through is all part of the master plan. Or what? You thought cause you got saved everything was gonna be peaches and cream? You better wake up, son. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Faith without works is dead. Read your Bible, you know what it said. He who don't work don't eat. Slackers don't get fed. Yeah, Jesus said he who puts his hand to the plow looks back the same ain't fit. Some of y'all ain't been in the trenches 5 minutes and you about ready to quit. I ain't mad at ya, I'm just hitting you with the real. If you died for me and I was still tripping, now how you think that make you feel? Check this out, deep game, this here's deep. Some of y'all ain't sawing nothing but you started trying to reach. But unto him who is able to possess your fathers by his glory. Struggles might be part of your testimony, but it ain't the end of the story. Now the point is this was prophesied way back in the day. Choir, sing your hook right here and see if the church can relate.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Work it out. Yeah, he'll work it out. I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah.
Thinking not strange, the fiery trials are to try you. You say, why you? But your church say, what would Jesus do? Why you asking if he ain't trying to do what he's saying? He told you he was going to have tribulations, but you thought he was playing. 1 minute you tell him how good God is and can't nobody beat the talk. The next minute you're backsliding so fast, look like you're moonwalking. Oh yeah, I'm preaching to myself because I ain't no better. It ain't like I've been following his every word, obeying it to the letter. So we soldiers, we got to remember that. Regroup, stay on point. Yeah, bow down, confess, repent, stay humble, let him anoint. It ain't easy as I thought it was. I'd be lying if I told you that. But it's showing up getting better all the time. Trust me, that's a fact. Ain't nothing we going through that can't be handled. God put that on his son. Like they say, you can shout now if you want to, cause the battle's already won. So while you're going through the valley, don't even trip. You're gonna be on top. Choir, sing the hook line one more again. This time you don't stop.
I know we can make it. We can make it.
Yeah. We're going to pump the brakes right there because, it's my belief, and I hope it is yours too, that we're going to make it. We need something happening. I mean, you can't even turn on the TV nowadays without seeing something crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I know at some point in time, Big Boy upstairs is going to have to intervene, you know what I mean? Because I know we're going to make it. I mean, we ain't been here this long and not going to be able to do something else. I mean, even though we got a crazy somebody running the country, but I didn't really say that. But anyway, welcome to the show. This is I Am Indy, and I am your host, Lamont Patterson. It's just a world movement thing, that music, the international music, the language, Anyway, we got a great show lined up for you today. Mr. Pat Murphy is going to be joining us real soon, and he's going to be blessing us. Let us know what's going on in the world with his project, with his music. Matter of fact, let me see if he's in the building. Hello, are you with us?
Hey, what's up? I'm here.
Oh, well, welcome to the show. You hear me okay?
I hear you fine. Thank you so much for having me today. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, it's actually our pleasure, man. I had the opportunity to put my ear on your music, and you definitely got a message, you got a story, and you got some things to share with our audience.
Yeah, I hope so. It's been an interesting life and a fantastic journey so far, and it's a pleasure to speak with you today, my man. I've been checking your bio out, and it's an honor to be here. I got the studio all cleaned up just for you.
Man, look, I love it, man. Well, look, you know what they say, each one teach one, and men... And men sharpen men, and steel sharpen steel. So this is how we spread the word. This is how we spread the love,
Amen.
Yes. I have a friend. Actually, he's my first cousin. He's a minister. He's always talking about going to church and, his church and how big his congregation is. And I say, well, man, I minister people every week, man. And my congregation, I can't even count the members, And I think that's what we do on this show. We really strive to have a platform where, artists such as yourself can come on and talk to other inspiring artists, man, and hope they impart from some of your wisdom so they can do some of the things that you've done, talent-wise and everything else.
Well, for sure, everybody has a story to tell, and I believe very strongly that we, as human beings, learn from each other's stories. And the more we can share with each other, communicate with each other, I believe the better we can understand each other and maybe find a way out of the ditch that we have sometimes dug ourselves into as society. So hopefully we can move things forward by this type of exchange.
Yes, yes. Well, I always like to, start off with, I know we got a gang of questions lined up for you, man, but I like to start off with, you telling our fans and listeners, who you are, man. I like to hear from the artists, and I know they do too. They don't want to hear me talk. They want you to tell them who you are, where you come from, how you got started in the music, how you got bit with this thing. Sometimes I call it a curse. Sometimes I call it a blessing. But once we bit with it, we don't know what else to do.
Well, appreciate the chance to share this. But, Pat Murphy, I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My legal given name is actually Paul. But they call me Pat. It just became a nickname that went with Murphy. And that's too long of a story to explain it, but that's how that happened. But, I was playing bass with a band in Philadelphia, back there just right on the outskirts of town. And in fact, I just got talking to one of my friends this morning. We were reminiscing about us growing up playing music. And we played a lot of Kool and the Gang and James Brown and did some Earth, Wind and Fire, a little bit of Motown, but that's kind of where we came from. And when I was in high school, we were just coming out of the race riots of the 60s. And it was, the tension in the air was pretty thick. And so I'm kind of giving away my age a little bit, but I'm proud of it. I'm okay.
Well, not really, because I was just finna ask you about Philadelphia International and Gamble and Huff.
Yeah, Gamble and Huff, Philadelphia International. Yeah, you got the OJs, you got Hall and Oates, you got Teddy Pendergrass. Everybody came out of there. Philadelphia was. But when I was growing up, I thought this was normal for everybody. Everybody can go downtown and get a cheesesteak. Everybody can hop on the subway. And it wasn't until I got out of Philadelphia and realized that, oops, it's a different world out there outside of Philly, And I really appreciated the experience to do the traveling that I have done. That has, I think that has certainly enriched my soul as a human being and just communicating and relating to people all over the world has been very special experience for me.
Yeah, I think that's a monument experience in every artist's life, and I hope and pray and wish that more artists get that opportunity to get off their block, so to speak. I say a lot of people on their block, they never get to the next city or the next state, let alone the next country. And once they have that opportunity to go out and see there truly is a big world out there, and I don't know, it's a little different than reading stuff in the book.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is what we do as artists, and you are a triple threat. And I understand why they call you the talent, but you act, you sing, you play the tenor sax, you met up with everybody who's anybody, and it is our mission, folks like us and all the other artists out there listening in. It is what we do to attempt to inspire people with what we have been through in our lives, with what we experience, with what we feel. That's what it's all about, And as long as we can do that, I think we have a chance to enrich each other, enrich the environment that we are in, be it good or be it bad. But we play the hand we are dealt, as the saying goes, and we do the very best we can. As long as we treat each other right, I think we got everything happening,
I don't know, Pat. I think I was set up, bro. I mean, the little country town I come from, we had three choices. You played music, played sports, or picked cotton.
Yeah, Bonham, Texas. I was looking at Bonham. It's way north of Dallas, and population 10,000. Man.
Hey, look, we used to could go through the whole town in first gear.
Texas. Well, all sorts of songs written about growing up in a small town, and I remember we used to go visit our cousins that lived in New Jersey, in the farm country out there. And, man, there's cornfields and me and my brother, we used to climb this great big pile of corn cobs that were piled up out there in the back. And, if we knew then what we know now, we probably wouldn't go anywhere near that. But, the small town experience, is very cool. It's very, you're right there with everybody, Everybody knows everybody, and that's a good thing, and it could be a bad thing, too. But there you go.
Hey, look, you can't do nothing on one side of it. Huh?
That somebody else doesn't know. Well, I was going to say, I think I remember the name Bonham because I think of the drummer John Bonham, and I wonder if he ever floated through there and smiled,
All we had was some of Wyatt Earp's people, some cowboys back in the day. And they actually came out of Fannin County. I mean, they don't ever really say Bonham; they say Fannin County.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, I remember going through Texas. I don't remember what town, but my father and my mother and all of us in the family, at that time, just my brother and my sister. I got a younger sister that came along later. This is way back in the 60s, and we traveled across country in a 62 Chevy station wagon. And we went right through the middle of the country, and we went through the north panhandle of Texas. We were heading out to California. And, Lamont, it was the first time that I saw for real cowboys wearing cowboy hats and stuff. And we went through stopped at the gas station to gas up. And the guy that was filling the tank, they didn't let you do it by yourself back then. They had the guy fill the tank for you. This guy, big old guy with a big beer belly, came out with his cowboy hat. And he looked at our license plate, said Pennsylvania, and he goes, "Woo-wee! You guys come a long way." He says, "Where you heading?" And my dad says, L.A. He goes, "Woo-wee! You got a long way to go, too." So, man, that's my first experience with Texas, and also we had our first taco out there, So, and I was about 12 years old back then, and it was cool.
Back then they used to make a big old basket full of chicken, and that's what you ate all the way.
There you go. Yeah. Well, my mother always she made sure she had lunch packed. And we had food to eat on the way up. But we saw that taco stand, and we had to try it because it was new and different for us at the time, So, Yeah, I remember that big old bucket of chicken, too. That was good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, it'd be cold, too, boy, but we'd be munching and rolling.
So, yeah, man, I come a long way from Philadelphia, but I still miss it. A lot of things about it. It is home, and I still have family and lots of friends there. And I think some of them might be listening in. So a shout out to everybody out there, particularly in Willow Grove and out in the country there, out in Lidditz. Yeah, so that's where my peeps are, and we still talk a lot.
Great.
We still hang out, Yeah.
So Pat, what inspired the Paul Howard project, or did Up With People come first?
Up With People came first. Which would you like me to start with?
Well, let's go from the first to the second. Let's go 1, 2, 3.
I started, Up With People. As I was saying, I saw them when they back in probably the early '70s when I was in high school, and we were just coming out of the race riots of the '60s. It was, look, Lamont, it was so bad. I don't know if they had this in Beaumont, but when I was in high school, it was so bad. It was like, hey, you see that white dude over there? Yeah, go punch him. Now, here's the thing. When I was in high school, I was in theater, I was in the orchestra, in the band a little bit, in the high school band. And they said, go punch that guy. Why? Because he's white. Well, that dude plays the trumpet. And if I punch him, he's not going to be able to play the trumpet anymore, and we're not going to sound very good as a band without the lead trumpet. So it was just it was just awkward for me because I had friends from all races. Obviously I grew up in the black community, so most of my friends were black. But I knew the white dudes and some other people around there, But when Up With People came to my school, and they did this performance, and I'm telling you, at that time, they were jamming. They had a live band. They had some people that could sing. A big group of people. It was like 100 people in the cast. And they performed, and I said, man, I got to see what this is. They were from 22 different countries around the world. I mean, we were worried about black and white, but here they had black, they had white, they had Japanese, they had German, they had Swedish, they had Mexico, they had people from everywhere you could imagine, Africa, a couple people from the African continent. And it was like, whoa, how did they put this together? And so I started talking to the people about it, and they said, yeah, anybody can join, even you. I said, even me. So I had an interview, got hooked up. They wanted me to play the bass a little bit. So I said, man, okay, I'll play the bass for them. And the next thing I knew, I got invited to travel around the world with Up With People. Stayed with host families all year long. Stayed with about 80 host families that year. And boy, there's another experience for you. Man, you're talking about learning from people's stories. One of the things I remember, it was we were traveling all over the United States. We went to this little town in Kansas. Well, it was not so little anymore, but Topeka, Kansas. And there was a family there. I still remember their names, the Krivyanskis. Mom and dad and a little son. And the boy's name was Johnny Krivyansky. He was about maybe 5 years old at the time. And here I am, this black dude, sitting on the couch in their living room, and mom's on one side of the room, dad's on the other, and little Johnny's just kind of wandering around. I'm just sitting there on the couch with my hands folded, looking one way then the other way, and here comes little Johnny. And Johnny breaks the silence. Back then I had a great big afro. And I don't know if you had an afro back in the day, Lamont, but you know what I'm getting at. This little boy comes up, he digs his hand into my afro, and now there's a big dent in it. I'm going, oh, man. And, and I had two choices. I could either say, get away from me, or I could use the opportunity to educate. And I decided the latter. I got my afro pick out and put it back in shape. And Mom says, Johnny, don't do that. I said, no, it's okay. He doesn't know me. It's just curious, and he's kind of feeling my hair. And he's, it's okay, Mom. It's okay, Mom. And then next thing I know, Mom's up there. Oh, do you mind if I go ahead? What the heck? Pop's over there reading the paper, rolling his eyes, So, but little experiences like that, Lamont, I think to myself, it gave me an opportunity to break the ice, to let them know that as black people, we're not some strange alien race. And for a family that had never experienced that before, an African American or black, whatever you want to call it, it helped them to become more relaxed, so that the next time a brother or a sister they're encountered by a brother or sister, they're a little bit less apprehensive, and they say, well, that guy Pat Murphy was okay, so maybe there's something going on here that we were kind of ignoring for a long time. So little experiences like that, Lamont, I think are so important. Once again, we have our stories to tell, and we have things that we can learn from each other if we just take the time.
Well, my first time to Nice, going to Nice, I was going to Cannes. I was going to the International Music Conference, and the taxis just new Mercedes, you know what I mean? So I got in a taxi, and I was asking the driver, what was, the fare to Cannes from Nice. So he told me 600 francs.
Did you get out your calculator?
Well, no, I did something a little bit more silly than that. I asked the man, "What the hell are you gonna do with that many hot dogs?" and then it dawned on me we were talking about money. You know what I mean? We're talking about francs like a hot dog.
Oh boy.
But anyway, he got a kick out of it, too. And then I learned something, too, about currency exchange and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I remember traveling. I didn't get to Nice, but I did get to Germany. I went on the flight over there. I was sitting next to a woman from Bavaria. We spoke in English the whole time, from LaGuardia all over to Frankfurt. And we've been speaking in English for like 9 hours. I said, look, it's been great chatting with you, but I would like to learn some German, something that I could use, when I get off the plane. She said, sure. What would you like to say? I said, well, how about I'm happy to be here? She goes, okay. Ich bin froh, hier zu sein. That is a long time ago, and I still remember that. So she was a good teacher or something. So I said, Ich bin froh, hier zu sein. And now, when you're learning a language, you sort of act like you're giving a speech. Ich bin froh, hier zu sein. Ich bin froh. And you say, I'm happy to be here. So anyway, I'm practicing this all the way through the airport, on the train, all the way to a small town. And we had a little train. We're changing trains in this little small train platform. So I'm practicing. There was nobody there, and I hear my voice reverberating. Ich bin froh, hier zu sein. I am happy to be here. And meanwhile, I look across the platform. I see this guy just cracking up, laughing. And he comes all the way across the train platform. He says, man, I said, that your German sounds very good. He says, but I've never seen anybody so happy to be at a train station. So, I did learn the language a little bit, So, but you
just had to practice
the experiences that you have traveling around, you going to Nice, me hitting Germany, I've been able to go to several countries, European countries, down to Mexico, Canada, all the way across. And it is really interesting what you can pick up as you go. But I learned a lot when I was with people. I learned a lot going through that experience. I'm going to get to the Paul Howard Project as well. Well, I kind of tend to stumble my way through the conversation.
Oh, that's okay. But guess what? Hey, listen, I want you to hold that thought, man. We're going to play some of your music right quick, man, so our listeners can put their ear on it, man, and we'll jump right back on that. I don't want them to not think we're going to play some of your stuff.
Yeah, give something to spin. That'll be good.
All right, everybody, you know what I like to say. Let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ears on this. It's Pat Murphy, and this is Heart of America, and then we'll be back.
All the way that we believe.
motherland. Hooked up in America and then made a plan that began back when. Thank God we don't have to do it over again. All we gotta do is do the very best we can to keep the promise in the promised land. And in the heart of America, in the heart of America, sing it, yeah.
I am indie. With your host, Lamont Patterson. I'm independent, but I'm in it. I'm feeling fine all the time. On my grind. I am indie. Alicia Rain at the wave.
Hello, Pat. I know there was a story behind that.
Oh, yeah. Heart of America. You know, that song I wrote for a special project. I was working on a project several years ago about America's 400th anniversary, Jamestown, Virginia. And it was about the founding of the first British colony here in the United States. It was... I had to read up about it. It was a really interesting story. And there's another song that came from that I hope listeners get to hear. But the Virginia Company came over in 1607 and planted themselves in Jamestown, Virginia. And they had to figure out how to survive and figure out how to get along with the Native Americans that were already there. Talking about Captain John Smith, Pocahontas, and all of that stuff. The Powhatan Indians was a tribe that was in that area, Jamestown, Virginia, and all around there.
You mean
so
they didn't come over?
America,
You mean they didn't come over on a ship?
We did. We came over about 12 years later. No, the Indians were already here, man. They had already staked their claim, but you know they weren't trying to own anything. It's just it's the land is where we live. But Heart of America, as a piece itself, there's a line in there that says in the rap that says "Keep the promise in the promised land," and that is the nub of it. You know, we are so blessed, essentially, to live in this country. You know, we have our issues. Some things we got to deal with. We got an opportunity to have our voices heard coming up real soon, and encourage people to make their voices heard. But my feeling is that we are all Americans. We are Americans, you know. We are a country of immigrants. We come in from all over the place. But we are essentially... we are the heartbeat of this country. We the people are the heartbeat of America, and we have suffered being split up and divided up as Americans over the past several years, particularly over the past few years. It's unfortunate, you know. But that song is just to remind all of us, you know. We all want the same things. Everybody wants to be able to pay their bills. They want to be able to get an education. They want to be able to retire with some dignity. We all want the same thing. We may have different ways of getting there, but okay, we got different ways of getting there. But you know what? We all have ownership in this country, and that song, "Heart of America," is really underlining that fact. And again, written for America's 400th anniversary. My man Ken Ashby got me involved in that. I don't know if he's listening, but shout out to Ken. Thank you so much, man. But yeah, and there's more. There's more where that came from. In fact, Lamont, I don't know if you want to do this or not. I'm going to throw this your way. There's another song I hope we can play in honor of Black History Month.
Which one is that?
It's called "I Have a Name," but I don't know. You might have a plan. You might have a plan for something else, which is all right too. But
but I did have a comment or a comment, and we were talking about. You briefly touched on the vote thing. What I would like to see in this country, because I don't really think there's a lot of confidence in the whole voting process. I would like to see somebody introduce a bill or come up with a way where the American people could totally be confident in the tallying of the votes.
That's
you understand
crazy
what I'm saying? Because, at the end of the day, yeah, maybe, but at the end of the day, I'm hearing a lot of conversation about we need to go out and vote. So what difference does it make? You got all these votes for one thing, and they don't want that vote to count. You know what I'm saying? So
I know.
Okay,
I know.
we went
It is.
That's what I would like to see.
We went to the Iowa caucus, which was not a good representation of what is possible in this country. And hopefully we learn as we go. But I couldn't. I was stunned. I couldn't believe that. But I was watching a speech from Barack Obama. It was at Illinois State University or University of Illinois or something, and he was saying, and I tell you, I still like Obama. He's still my man. I wish he could have gone another 8 years. That would have been great. But he was saying that you want to honor me. You want to let me know that you appreciated what I've tried to do. Go out and vote. That's how you can thank me. Go out and vote. And Lamont, I agree with you. Our voting system has a lot to be desired. And I don't know if just one vote, one person, or the Electoral College or whatever's going to happen, but and having to deal with voter
whatever
suppression.
The process, whatever the process. I would just like to be comfortable that whoever wins, those votes is accurate, and not this little old man at the end of the day say, Paul, hey, Donald, you know what? There's a lot of votes over here, but you my man. You my man, because ain't nobody going to be able to come behind me and check me anyway, because I'm the end all to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just going to say you won. How about that? So that's the issue. But anyway, hey, look, we're going to have a whole other show on that one.
I'm with you. And then way back, we had hanging chads that we had to worry about. And now, who knows who's getting involved in our elections, whether it's the Russians, the Chinese, the Portuguese, or Wambis, and the whoever. Oh, man, it's not a perfect system, but we got to, again, I said it earlier, we got to play the hand we're dealt. And I think the young people, all you young people out there, it is going to be in your hands. You must get out and vote. You must get out and participate. You can't sit back and complain. We have got to be involved. We have got to be engaged. And any young writers out there, if you got an opinion about this, write it. Write something about it. Put it on YouTube. Get it out there. Come on and talk to Brother Patterson here.
Yeah, let's talk about it, because I'm interested in hearing it, because I got some questions too, because I done been around a little minute, but I sure got some questions, because a whole bunch of things got me scratching my head.
Mm-hmm. Well, we gotta
listen, we're gonna go ahead. Pat, we're gonna go ahead and put that song. Let our ears put their ears. Let our listeners put their ears on.
Let that
I have a name.
Crank it up, let it blast. This is the Paul Howard Project. Another thing, Lamont, if you want, you can give away a CD, man. We'll figure out how to do it. We can give away some CDs today. If you got a way to do that, man, I'll get them to you. And this is Black History Month, man, so we'll celebrate.
Well, That's very easy, everybody. If you'd like to get one of these CDs that Pat's offering up, hit me up on my email, lamont@worldmovement.com, or call our office, World Movement, 323-957-7322, and let us know that you heard it right here, and we'll get the CD delivered to your house. How about that?
That's right. Amen.
Yeah. Put your ears on this, everybody. I have a name, Mr. Pat Murphy.
I have a name. I have a name.
12 years, 3 months after the founding of America's hometown, as the roots of democracy were being laid down, peace with the Puritans was slipping away. The Virginia colony was here to stay, and just anchored from over the sea at the docks of Point Comfort, ironically, the ship that bore the name White Line brought cargo of a particular kind that came from a West Coast African nation infected by colonization. Soon to follow was commercial trade that exploited the people and turned them into slaves. Got here in bondage and were received not as people, but as commodities, as property, and so perceived less than human in reality. One listing in a log is said to read Negro women 5, Negro men 3, taken from our homes and families, then stripped of our identity, of a proud ancestral heritage, reduced to an entry on a page, but the fact that was overlooked yet still remains. I have a name. I have a name. A name. Let me take you back to where I'm from, on the continent of Africa, a place of empires and kings. Angola, the meaning of the name. Great tribes and mighty civilizations, descendants of ancient generations, languages, cultures that run deep, social structures, our own beliefs. Now 400 years have come and gone, but the struggle relentlessly goes on. From Harriet Tubman to Booker T, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Olaudah Equiano, Benjamin Banneker, W.E.B. Du Bois, and a whole lot more. I'm the soul of my father, the heart of my mother, the blood of my sisters, and the blood of my brother. I'm the living proof of those who've come before and the seed of what is yet in store. In this great land of equality, isn't every person supposed to see a chance to realize their own dream? I thought that's the way it was meant to be. It's our collective heritage, not an item, an entry on a page. For underneath it all, the simple fact remains. Yeah, I have a name. I have a name.
A name.
Oh man! Well, I tell you, every time I hear that song, I still remember when reading about that whole thing about the founding of Jamestown, Virginia, and the part where they're bringing the slaves from the Ivory Coast over across the ocean, and they come in. You have this treacherous trip, and not all of them made it. Not all of them made it. They died. There was disease and all sorts of stuff on the boat. They died on the way, and they get to a place called, of all things, Port Comfort. How ironic is that? And I still tear up when I think about that whole story. Getting into it and reading it. But we were just sold like property. I could not imagine having lived through that, but our ancestors did, and we must thank them for being as strong as they were, and for as determined as they were to at least give us a chance to not have to go what they went through. But I haven't
had the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity to visit that place, but I'm sure it has a lot of history. Or is it one of those situations where they try to downplay what happened there?
The area is still there, but I haven't been to Port Comfort myself. I've been to Jamestown, but I did not get to go to Port Comfort when I was in the area. But it's they probably call it something else now. I don't know. But man. Black History Month, man. That's my contribution for this time around. But
let's talk about your band for a minute. I mean, did you do all the composing on that?
For the Paul Howard project? Yeah.
I mean, this song here in particular.
Yes. Written. And I did the music, the lyric particularly. I had some help. I had some actually, interestingly enough, I had some European help on that particular song. A guy named David Mackay. He produced a band that I was with years and years and years ago. We recorded for RCA Records, and his whole thing was producing British pop rock. But at that particular moment, we were working on this project for the Jamestown 400-year anniversary, and the guy that was putting that project together brought Dave Mackay in as the producer of the music, and so he put kind of a British spin on it. But so he put a British spin on it, but the words, but the lyric and the intensity of the story, I hope still prints through, it is so that track has been around for a bit, but that one, James, but I write the music for the Paul Howard project, and we're just kind of pulling that one together. I got to send a shout out to Sherry Lee of Elevated Entertainment, so if anybody is interested in seeing us come to your city or town, Elevated Events 123@gmail.com. Sherry Lee, she will get us hooked up. And this is the Paul Howard project. We are, it is a project right now. It is something that it's been a dream of mine for a long time. And I do, there's some couple of social statement things in there, but my goal in writing in the Paul Howard project was really to write some music that was also had broad appeal. And there's a couple of songs on there I hope sort of do that as well. They're more like, relationship kind of songs, and how's it going with your girlfriend or your significant other.
Everybody can relate to those kind of songs, man.
Yeah, man, and I'm a happily married man, but I had to part of this project I used to vent some of the stuff that was going on at the time. How relationships go.
You were that other guy, right? You were that other guy.
I was both guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The other guy at the moment.
Oh man, boy. But so there's some stuff on there like that. Cool Her Mind. It's really more of that kind of more upbeat and kind of telling the story like, hey, everything is what it is, regardless, But the Paul Howard project, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, if you're going to keep it real, some things, that's what they say, it is what it is, and honesty is the best key, because that's the only way you could get growth.
Oh yeah, and there's some stuff on there that the other really good friend of mine, he's from out in Southern California, Alan Phillips. He's really into he does jazz, world music combo. He is an amazing producer and musician. I cannot thank Alan Phillips enough for his contributions to this project. And we were doing it. I tell you, when I was recording this CD, I was gigging and he was gigging out in California, and we'd be 2 or 3 in the morning. And he said, Pat, here's an idea for this. And, take these vocals and take them up, sing them a little bit higher and fill this thing out and do that. One Breath Closer is a song that really, Alan is all over it. One Breath Closer, I Love You, Cool Her Mind. But these songs, he really just brought them to life. And I can't thank him enough for what he did to really make it happen.
Does he play himself?
Oh yeah, he's a keyboard player, awesome keyboard player, percussionist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alan Phillips is awesome, and he's produces a lot of, as I said, jazz, world beat combination music, and he's very good. You can look him up, and his resume he's outstanding. Yeah, he's one of them guys.
Right. Well, listen, man, I got a couple more songs for you, so I'm gonna get them in here, man, before the time is up, man, because the time always fly when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So let me see.
I'll talk
we got.
Yeah. Go ahead, go for it, and turn it up.
Yeah. We say turn it up. Everybody, you know the drill.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Let the windows down, turn the air conditioner up, put your ears on this. It's Pat Murphy, and stay strong.
Scream from this. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And they close it down back to read. When it's
Okay, your girl Miss Dramaganza, check. Lip gloss, check. Mascara, check. I am Indie with the homie K Diddy, check. You listening to Blog Talk Radio, baby, and I love you for it. Mwah.
Yeah. We back with our guest today, Mr. Pat Murphy, man. That was another jamming tune, man.
Yeah, man, like the guitar work on there, my buddy Bob Huff, a smoking guitar player, man. He was in Up With People with me. He and I traveled together my first year, and I've known him all my life. He's probably one of my best friends in the whole world, Mr. Bob Huff. There's a line in that song. I don't know if you listen to this call or not, but there's a line that says, "When the ridiculous becomes acceptable."
Wow.
And I wrote that I wrote that line probably 10 years ago, if not more. When the ridiculous becomes acceptable. And what are we going through right now? Anyway, my head will blow up if I start getting on a rant about that. but I think, again, we have got to believe. We have got to believe in ourselves. We have got to believe in the possibilities beyond what is happening right now. We have to. What's the alternative?
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, that's what that word faith is, isn't it?
That's right. You believe in what you cannot see and feel and touch right in front of you. You got to have that faith. It's funny that hook, the Stay Strong hook. I was listening to late night talk radio. Some woman had called in, and she said her life was a real mess, and she was praying that things would get better, and she just kind of, as you're saying, she kept the faith, and things, as it turned out for her, the things did turn around her life. She ended up getting a great job, starting to get caught up on her bills. She sees, all you people out there, just stay strong. It will happen. And so that's where the hook came from. Yeah, got to stay strong. We got to continue. Yeah. But man, boy, I tell you, that hour just kind of go by fast, and I could probably ramble on, but I don't want to.
Hey, look, yes, sir. That's how it is, man. Time flies when you're having fun. Because listen, we could talk about a whole bunch of stuff that brought us both to where we are in this point in time. But listen, we got enough time, man. We're gonna get Cooler Mind in there real quick.
Woo! All right, yeah.
Yeah, this Cooler Mind, everybody. Mr. Pat Murphy, you know who it is.
Questions. She never tells me a lie. But I'm looking for some guarantee. She's alright with wait and see. I'm the one apparently. This is what she wants from me. It's time to do her mind. Just need a little time. That's all she really needs. Little time. Of reason. She thinks I just think too much. When I think I'm getting closer, she thinks I am out of touch. But I'm looking for some guarantee. She's alright with wait and see. I'm the one apparently. This is what she wants from me. It's time to do her mind. Just need a little time.
that one right there and let everybody go buy it, man. But I want to give you an opportunity to let everybody know where they can get in touch with you at the last minute or so.
I'll tell you what, you can get in touch with me through my agent, Sherry Lee of Elevated Entertainment. And the email is elevatedevents123@gmail.com. All one word, elevatedevents123@gmail.com. And then she can, if you would like to acquire a copy of the CD, contact Lamont. We're going to hopefully give some away if you call in. But if you would like to purchase the CD, also if you want to get hold of the Paul Howard Project, it is in iTunes. You can only get it in iTunes. So iTunes for the Paul Howard Project. Pat Murphy, the Paul Howard Project. That's how you get it. Buy a bunch of them. I'm starving. Please help.
All right. Thank you very much, man, for taking time coming out and chat with us, man. Don't be a stranger. Come through. Have Sherry send that autograph picture to the office, man. We put it on the wall with all our other celeb friends. And we had fun, man, and much success, man. We appreciate you again.
Well, thank you so very much. And I look forward to speaking with you again at some time.
Oh, absolutely, man. Count on it. Count on it.
All right,
everybody.
That's
So Mr. Pat Murphy. Check him out. If you was late joining the show, you ain't got no excuse. You can hear everything in its entirety worldwide in just a couple minutes. So go check it out. You'll love it.
This is Sweet Tea Love coming to you live in total bliss. You are listening to the best of I Am Angie on Blog Talk Radio with your host, K. Diddy. Ciao.
Without your touch, I've been lost without the thing I love. Without your kiss, I've been dreaming of the things I miss. Your eyes, your mouth, your lips, your touch. Your eyes, your mouth, your face, your touch. Who am I now to tell what will be? No one knows. Who am I now to tell what will be? Well, let it be. Each day we miss, I remember times I used to kiss your mouth, your eyes, your face, your touch. But who am I now to tell of what will be? Well, no one knows. Who am I now to tell of what will be?
your